Oh, how's everyone doing tonight? Better than me, I hope. Not a high bar to clear. Ooh, what are we gonna be doing tonight? I haven't done a pure, like, just YouTube stream in a while. It's time we change that. Make sure that chat is still working. It is not, actually. Okay. That's perfectly fine. Oh, I bet I know why it's not. I know exactly why it's not. Well, I mean, it is, but it's not. Or no, actually, it's not. Never mind. It just isn't working. Okay. Well, shit. All right. Weird. I don't know why that chat isn't working, but that's okay. I'll have to figure that out in a minute. Okay. What are we gonna look at tonight? Gonna be fun on a bun. Unless they, like, strike my channel again. Which, very well may happen. But, yeah, that chat is just not working, huh? Alright. Let's watch Young, yeah. Talk about, Overwatch 2. It's an ongoing, thing. Overwatch 2 has become the worst user-reviewed game on Steam, so that's not great.
As
See
many
what
of
he
you
has
may
to
know
say.
by now, Overwatch 2 is currently in a rather embarrassing position on Steam. It is currently the
Yep.
worst user-reviewed game
Yep.
on Steam ever
Yeah.
in the platform's history.
Not wrong.
Looking at the review score now, it is sitting at overwhelmingly negative from over
Not wrong.
152,000
it's not good.
reviews.
It's not great.
Among those reviews, only 9% have rated this game
That's not
positively.
great.
The rest have given it a thumbs down. And you can see right here, there's a website that keeps track of the worst
Not good.
games on Steam ever, labeled the Hall of Shame.
Yep.
And Overwatch is taking the crown here with a 9%, with second place belonging to War of the Three Kingdoms at 12%. So this is a significant margin. And
impressive.
This is coming
it's impressive.
from over 152,000 reviews makes this a very definitive, overwhelmingly negative review score.
That
and
just
things
is
aren't
not
faring
great.
much better on Metacritic, where the user score is sitting at 1.4 from 3,756 ratings on PC at least. And with the mass downvoting of the game on Steam in particular, it's something that caught the attention of Blizzard, as they recently directly responded to this occurrence. As reported here by news outlet Kotaku, Blizzard's response was published on the official Overwatch website via the following blog post published on August 18th, 2023.
That was 2 days ago.
Who's the director of Overwatch 2. He talks about the release of Overwatch 2 Invasion, which includes new heroes, a new mode,
I haven't,
as well as the story missions.
Here, I don't want to just watch this and slack-jawed and everything. I haven't played the new Overwatch stuff yet. I will not get the PvE because I'm not gonna fucking do it. I refuse. I refuse to give that game any more of my money until they get their shit together. Maybe I could play a few tonight. I don't know. Maybe after this, we'll see.
was supposed to be a part of a larger PvE experience that would have comprised of the story missions and the hero missions. But the hero missions, which a lot of people were looking forward to, has been scrapped. That was the mode where you were supposed to be able to customize your heroes through skill trees that you'd be able to customize to straight up change how your heroes play and then take them out on a wide variety of missions. All that stuff turned out to be a lot more ambitious than Blizzard could realize, so they decided to scrap it altogether, to the disappointment.
I don't understand. I don't fucking understand. Blizzard, the game, the people that make WoW, the people that make Diablo, StarCraft, all of this, you can't get a basic fucking talent tree for your characters. Not even that. Like, okay, why can't they just allow us to switch out things? Maybe buff some stuff. Fuck, Paladins does it. They do it fantastic. Paladins is a fucking great game. I don't get it. And like, your PvE doesn't have to be balanced like it does in PvP. I just do not understand. I just don't understand how Activision Blizzard, one of the biggest companies in the world, cannot do something like that when Gearbox can with Borderlands. And Battleborn did. May not have been a super great game, but at this point I'd much rather have Battleborn live than Overwatch. But that's just me.
As that was what a lot of people were looking forward to and what was supposed to justify the two in Overwatch 2. But now Overwatch 2 feels like a glorified update to Overwatch 1. But you can see right here, the director talks about the new hero, Illari. He talks about the
I haven't played the new hero
mode, the story missions. But
I hear she's pretty fun, though.
We also launched on Steam last week, likely in an effort to boost Overwatch 2 players, to just bring in new audiences by releasing it on the more popular platform. They usually release games on just the Battle.net platform. That's just how Activision Blizzard has done things.
And they got it on Steam, which is really weird. I have a feeling that the game is doing much worse than we give it credit for. Because why release it on Steam?
But Overwatch 2's popularity has waned, so I feel like this is in part a strategy to try to draw more people into the game. So they launched on Steam last week, and although being review bombed, correctly acknowledged here, isn't a fun experience, it's been great to see lots of new players jump into Overwatch 2 for the first time. So it seemed as though the strategy did work. Apparently, they are seeing an influx of players,
I guess.
Both because there's just new content, a new mode, a new hero, and story missions, and also because the game is just more accessible now. Our goal with Overwatch 2 has been to make the game more accessible than ever. There we go, for more people than ever before. Many of the reviews on Steam mention the cancellation of the much larger component of PvE, the hero missions, that was announced in 2019 as one of their primary reasons for dissatisfaction with the game. I love how they don't even mention hero missions anymore. They say there's that one thing people keep talking about that shall not be named. It's the hero missions. I don't know why omit the name altogether. I get that, he says, that people are dissatisfied with the cancellation of that mode. That announcement was about an ambitious project that we ultimately...
It's not even that. Like, they don't get it, right? Like, they just don't fucking get it. It's that they knew that before the fucking game came out, and they didn't say bullshit about it until months later, when people had already bought it, invested money into it, thinking that it would be what, they promised. Something. But it's not. It's just simply not.
Couldn't deliver. But the thing is, this wasn't just something that was announced. It was like a flagship element of Overwatch 2 that was marketed over and
That's
over
why
again,
the 2 is in there.
Continuously before it was announced after the game's launch that this PvE mode would be scrapped after people bought the game. And after they knew for months that this mode would be scrapped, but decided to not disclose that because they knew it might potentially impact the optics surrounding Overwatch 2 and could potentially impact
some
the
bullshit.
sales of Overwatch 2.
Yeah, it's some fucking bullshit.
Period. So in that sense, it feels like
it's not even that. It's the fact that they knew this many years out, like at least a year before launch, they were shifting their focus, and then like right before launch, they knew 100%, hey, we're not doing this, but they fucking kept their lips shut until what, March, I think is whenever we found it out.
A bit of a deception where they knew this was going to happen, and yet they decided to kind of drag people by the nose. A bit of a deception.
Fuck off.
And I have a little doubt that this was a decision on the leadership side of things. I don't know how high up the ladder this decision goes, but somebody in the higher up elements of Activision Blizzard
absolutely
decided, let's not talk about this until it's the right time, until after people have bought the game, and let's not spoil the optics surrounding Overwatch 2 more than they already were. I mean, the optics were already not great when Overwatch 2 first launched, and when Overwatch 2 was announced, then it was shown that it doesn't load from Overwatch 1. But again, the
really
missions at the very least, people are like, okay, that's new and that seems substantial. So that if they nail that,
the hero missions were supposed to be something like Diablo's the adventure mode, Diablo 3's adventure mode, right? So yeah, we aren't getting that.
Then maybe I'll be like, okay, this is Overwatch 2. It feels like a full-fledged PvE experience, but that's no longer the case. And so that puts Activision Blizzard and Overwatch, the IP, in an awkward position. He continues, if we can't turn back the clock, then what can we do? We can keep adding to and improving Overwatch 2. That is how we move forward. This means more maps, heroes, game modes, missions, stories, events, cool cosmetics and features, an ever-expanding, evolving, and improving game. This is the future of Overwatch. I think you forgot to mention the monetization elements that permeate the game and that in many ways corrupt the progression loop of the game, and that sense of feeling like the game rewards you for the time that you invest in the game rather than just the money that you invest in it.
Buffering
There's just so much more stuff that feels like you have to pay for, and the fact that heroes aren't unlocked automatically for you unless you grind through the free battle pass or you pay $10 for the premium battle pass that will unlock those heroes automatically, combined with a lot of the coolest cosmetics straight up just being paywalled, being impossible to earn, and just being a worse monetization system than freaking loot boxes from Overwatch 1, which is already controversial because it was essentially...
It's tough because I get the idea of like the loot boxes were free, but paying for whatever you get, you know you're going to get. I don't know. It's a weird thing.
Gambling, you know? Like it, you know, that's the stuff that doesn't get mentioned here that really does affect every part of the long-term experience of this live service. And, you know, I hope that they manage to pull it back somehow and that future content releases will really feel substantial enough where it'll rekindle my passion for Overwatch. But for my part, as someone who played Overwatch 1 heavily throughout the lifespan of that game, it was like my go-to competitive shooter for a long time. You know, at this stage, I just have no interest in the future of Overwatch. I'm so deflated by everything happening to this game. I'm so not feeling hopeful about how all this will play out, and I am so tired of the way the game keeps goading me into trying to spend more and more. And I'm just kind of tired of all of it, and I've moved on to greener pastures. But if they can bring it back somehow, you know, if they can really improve the experience, great. But I'm still waiting for that to happen. And the addition of story missions that are, you know, well-made, especially where the cutscenes and the dialogue between characters is concerned, but ultimately isn't that big a deal, and they're fairly short. And
they should have just made it into an anime.
$15 for these story missions.
3 of them.
After scrapping the hero missions PvE.
3 of them.
All of that makes it something that I don't feel like I have to tune into. It makes me feel like I can skip the story missions and just not be invested in all of this, especially when the story missions are not a complete package, but rather the first chapter of many. It's not a full-fledged campaign. It is just the first episode, essentially. And they're going to charge $15, or I don't know if exactly $15, but they are going to charge money every time they release new story content.
New ones,
this has been confirmed. As reported by Kotaku here in their impressions piece of Overwatch 2 Invasion, every new set of story missions will need to be purchased in order to access them, which is complete bullshit.
No,
this is starting to feel like it'll become more and more like Destiny 2, where it's not necessarily free to play, but rather free to access. And if you really want the full breadth and depth of content, you do have to shell out money. Free to play players are not going to get the complete experience. And it'd be one thing if the story missions were really substantial and really rich in content, but we're talking about 3 story missions that are
I hope they come out with that
price. And the only thing that
story
might make this bundle worth it, this Overwatch 2 Archives bundle that gives you permanent access to the Invasion story missions, is if you were planning to get the Battle Pass to begin with, because this does give you 1,000 Overwatch coins, which can buy you the premium Battle Pass. So if that was your plan, this bundle technically costs you $5. But given the bad will that's been generated by Overwatch 2, and given that the goal is to draw in more players, them locking the story missions, which is a substantial piece of content for this free-to-play game, behind a paywall, just seems like a really tone-deaf idea. Impressions surrounding the story missions themselves range from, actually, it's pretty good, to, meh, they're fine. Nobody says it's like earth-shattering. Nobody's saying like this is going to be what brings you back to Overwatch 2. But generally, there's a sentiment of, okay, like these missions do feel like challenging and fun, and the cutscenes are cool, and the story development.
I heard they
nice
weren't very fun. I heard archive missions were more fun.
Is it worth your money?
Personally,
here's a piece by Kotaku where they're like, I don't know. I don't think so, really. Scrolling further down, the Kotaku article elaborates further. Is the $15 extra cost worth it? Well, heroes are locked behind the Battle Pass. You have to grind for them through the free Battle Pass or fork over $10 for the premium one, which grants you immediate access to the newest character. Legendary skins, which used to be found in loot boxes,
I haven't played any since the new season.
Difficult to get now without forking over money. Best skins often shown in the trailers for new seasons are only available for purchase in the in-game store, and every new set of story missions will need to be purchased in order to access them. The game already feels way too monetized as it is, and the fact that they're just adding an extra layer through substantial content that's not just cosmetics, but rather a substantial aspect of the game, the story missions, the fact that they're paywalling that, like that is gameplay affecting stuff right there. You know what I mean? It's experience affecting stuff, and they're going to do it every time they release new story content. If they would have shipped a full-fledged campaign experience with the story missions, and alongside that, the PvE hero missions, then it would have felt like a complete enough package.
How would they have
made
money,
though? Away with charging extra for that substantial piece of
PvE
content.
You can't make a big AAA game these days without making money.
Promised, and $15 for that? Like, come on.
Consistently making
money,
for them to do that every
time, however much they're going to charge for these story missions with new releases, I imagine it's going to be $15 every time, but I don't know for sure.
Probably.
Like, come on. And yeah, these story missions, they aren't that long. They're like 20 to 30 minutes each. Is
Dark
what
Tide
the general
getting a major RPG overhaul?
Has been. So an hour and a half experience tops. And yeah, there are multiple difficulties, and you can challenge yourself by tackling them in the hardest difficulty.
It's still
and that,
coming out with
Vermintide
stuff.
Get more hours out
stuff.
of it, but the base
fun,
experience of getting through the missions as if it were a campaign experience, you're really only talking about an hour and a half worth of gameplay. And even when it comes to replayability, some would argue that the replayability is questionable. As for what other outlets have been saying about the
I've watched people play them.
Missions,
I haven't played them, but I've watched it.
Said that the missions did live up to the players' expectations, even if it still feels like we're only getting a part of a greater whole. It does not feel like a complete arc or a complete story or a complete campaign. It feels like only the first act of a larger story. Straight up says here that the most disappointing aspect of Overwatch 2 story missions is that the story itself isn't complete at release, which is what like Anthem suffered from. Here's an impressions piece from .esports. They say that both fans of Overwatch lore and FPS players addicted to a challenge will find a lot to enjoy with Invasion's missions. Again, the content itself is not bad, it's just not substantial enough to justify the price point. Not to mention that .esports brings up the point of if these missions had released when Overwatch was at the apex of its popularity and positive sentiments, it would have gone down better. I just can't help but wonder if the excitement for these PvE missions would have been way more palpable several years ago. It just feels like these missions would have been better served years ago while the game was at the peak of its popularity. Other outlets like PC Game Zen have pointed out that, once again, the story missions are charming and they're not bad at all. They can be fun for how long they last, but the weight of expectations
I heard like the AI is terrible.
heavy.
Or
This editor's
what I saw
experience is
was
that the
terrible
missions
as well.
themselves are a whole lot
They
of
just
fun,
kind of come at
there
you.
is the
There's no real
shadow that looms in regards to the hero missions
AI,
that
like
aren't made up for by
Halo
the story
1
missions,
had
because
better
nothing
AI.
in these missions is truly revolutionary. They're fun and all, but nothing groundbreaking, nothing earth-shattering, nothing worth saying now's the time to play Overwatch 2. Nothing to make up for the fact that, unfortunately for Invasion, its arrival among the greater context of the Overwatch 2 PvE's long-standing saga, referring to the hero missions, makes it feel perhaps more important than it could possibly ever have lived up to. This article also echoes sentiments that what's here is neat, but
so
is it $15 neat? But is it $15 neat? No. As a one-off package presented as the first true arrival of Overwatch 2 PvE, and with a $15 minimum buy-in price, I think a lot of players will feel underwhelmed by what Invasion has to offer. And finally, here we have an article from The Verge, which had a more tepid response to the Invasion event, saying that Overwatch 2 needs a win. The Invasion event, at best, is a draw. This article criticizes Flashpoint for its simplicity and it being too similar to
the new characters,
existing game
really
types.
Fun.
It just didn't work for this particular editor. Scrolling further down, the article makes mention of the story missions being just okay. I didn't really feel like the story itself was doing anything new, especially with respects to the characters. I returned to this game over and over, specifically because of the characters. I'd hoped the missions would offer me some new nugget to latch onto, and it didn't. Now, it is clarified here that the story missions aren't bad,
watched
what
that short
saying. Nothing about the story missions are
last
offensive.
night.
They're neat. They're
it
fun.
Was not good. It was the first actual
nice
disappointing
thing to
Overwatch
go
short I've ever
if you're
seen.
still playing Overwatch 2. They're actually a pleasant, if ho-hum experience, exacerbated by the fact that I was playing with bots. But three 20 to 30 minute missions that essentially repackage the typical Overwatch quick play experience in admittedly gorgeous new locations is a tough buy for someone looking to fall in love with the game again, especially since you have to pay an extra $15 for it. Yeah, these same sentiments you can see are echoed over and over and over again by numerous outlets. And then on Reddit, when it comes to community sentiments, there's somebody here asking if Invasion was worth $15 for you. There are folks saying that it was worth $5. This individual was going to buy the Battle Pass, so that $10 value offered by the fact that the package, the $15 package, gives you 1,000 coins to buy the next Battle Pass makes it technically a $5
that would be
expense
fair.
for this individual.
I didn't
for
know
$5,
that you could do that.
Like, you know, yeah, for $5 it was worth it. Some people did have a great time with the character interactions, the game cutscenes, and all that, but gameplay-wise, it may not appeal to players who aren't fans of hold out the spot and defend waves of attackers, which is what the entirety of the gameplay ultimately comprises. There's no fascinating and cool like level design stuff per se. It's more about the set pieces and the cutscenes, the character interactions.
Like the big robot too isn't even like part of the level. It's like a background
thing, which might satisfy some.
Which is
for $15, it's certainly not going to satisfy the masses. Others complain about the length of the story missions. Are fun, but they're far too short. I completed them in a couple hours, and they don't leave much incentive to go back and play them again. Replayability is, in fact, called into question. I'm happy with 1,000 credits and Soj skin, though. So overall, I can't complain. So again, those who are existing Overwatch 2 players
$5
are still
is
going
what
through
it's
the battle
worth.
Passes and are going through the grind and are just looking for more reasons to keep them engaged. Like, it'll serve them well enough, but for everyone else who have fallen out of Overwatch or for a community that's still upset about the way they handled the hero missions and looking
I'm
for
still
some
pissed
kind of
off.
redemption,
I'm still incredibly angry
like
at
this
them.
is quite it, and I suppose only time will tell.
And I still love Overwatch, don't get me wrong, I do, but like you can be critical of something and still enjoy it, you know. I think it's just so fucked up. I think it's incredibly fucked up. Yeah, I mean, what more can you say about it? It's just a fucked up situation. They lied to us and it's just bullshit. Wait, what? What is Polygon doing now? Baldur's Gate?
Unironically, how you could describe every video game ever made, though? Polygon, what's Polygon got to say? Baldur's Gate 3 is not a person with imagination or empathy. It's a very specifically designed program meant to deliver a narrative experience that can only be stretched so far. Baldur's Gate 3 combat encounters are particularly tedious. I've taken to saving right before I enter any combat encounter so that I can start over. The second things start to go sour. How much I prep or plan, something can randomly go wrong. Okay.
That's D&D.
I feel like if you're doing this, if this is the way that you view a game like this, I feel like you're just not the target audience, and that's fine.
He's 100% with that.
About how the game's bad. Like, for example, FIFA, I hate FIFA. I think the game sucks, but I don't think it's a bad game. I'm just not the target audience.
Yeah, he's 100% right. I think it's funny all these people are playing Baldur's Gate 3, and, you know, I'll probably play a little bit of it tonight, too, or try to. Last night I tried to continue, and then I died and lost all of my progress, and I have to redo that again. And I played like an hour and a half of it. So that was pretty fun. But I've seen people bitching about the game's mechanics, and they're like, when I play D&D in the real world, it doesn't do this. Well, yeah, because your DM is fudging numbers for you. Like, sorry you weren't playing the game correctly, but just is what it, well, you know, that is the reality of the situation. Don't want to say it is what it is. I keep saying that, and I fucking hate that that quote. Let's see. Ooh, I like him. He played Moriarty in Sherlock. He's a great Moriarty. Let's see. I just watched all of the Saw films for the first time. All but one. I didn't watch the Spiral, which, like, didn't have anything to do with anything. It's like an offshoot of it, which I'll probably watch it, but finally saw all the regular ones, so yeah, it's a pretty fucked up series. I loved it. Like, all of them are really good. What else do we have? A genuine critique of the racist Spider-Man fan film? Really? Huh. Interesting. Let's see. Worst submarine disasters, and I don't know about that. A little, maybe too soon. God, is that Tiger Woods? He looks like he's seen some better days. Wait, what? Disney officially closes the Lion King plot hole after 29 years. Let's go. I'll buy it. I'll buy it. What you got?
Scar's reign in Disney's The Lion King has often left fans wondering about the Pride Land's destruction. Disney villain Scar #4 by Chuck Brown and Trevor Frawley has revealed new details about how they were ruined in such a short amount of time. The series has been providing additional details about the titular villain's rise to power. Several questions fans have had have been answered, and the latest issue addresses another potential plot hole, revealing that Scar allowed multiple scavenger species to run rampant during his rule. Following Scar's rise to the throne, the Pride Lands fell into a grim state. They were largely barren. Birds had migrated away, and
yeah, like they fucked up everything.
There was a disruption in the circle of life like that seemed not only excessive but rapid. This has led fans to wonder how the hyenas could have possibly done this in such a short amount of time. According to this new comic, they actually had a good deal of help from Scar's other allies. Scar curried favor with the less prominent lionesses by allowing multiple simultaneous hunts, and he also recruited an army of vultures as his very first allies. Once Scar comes to power, it's implied that hyenas, vultures, and lions will all go on a feeding frenzy, decimating the Pride Lands. Fans have estimated that around 3 to 4 years pass between...
If you've watched me for any amount of time, you know that that really fucking irritates me. And he just said it. Decimated. Look, okay, if we go back here, where is it? That is not decimation. That is obliteration. All right, that is a complete annihilation, a complete destruction. Decimate means a removal of 1/10, and nobody seems to fucking understand that. Like, go look it up. Like, when an army is decimated, 1/10 of the army had been destroyed. That's where the word deci comes from, that prefix.
Around 3 to 4 years pass between the time that Simba leaves to live with
it
Timon
really bothers me.
film,
It
the time
does.
seems very brief thanks to the growing up montage of the Hakuna Matata sequence. However, it becomes clear that a significant amount of time has passed since his return shows the Pride Lands being dismal, empty, and barren. With two factions of scavengers being able to run about without checks in place and lions overhunting compared to Mufasa's rule, it's no wonder that the Pride Lands essentially fell apart. When hunting is spread out and targeted, more time is given for regrowth, and a balance is maintained within an ecosystem. Without that balance, the circle of life was broken, allowing an environmental crisis in the area within a much shorter amount of time than might have been expected. Scar's reign in The Lion King was brief, but his rise to power, detailed in Disney villain Scar number 4, proves that his influence was farther-reaching and more destructive than initially believed.
Okay, that's interesting. I guess it's a new comic book or something. I haven't heard of that. It sounds like something I would have heard of, but I guess not, apparently. Let me see what I have under my watch later. Ashes of Creation's getting closer. Yeah, I'll see it when I'll believe it when I see it. Diablo 4 is a scam, that's true. We got 26 minutes of Karens messing with the wrong people. Maybe. I want to see what CGR has to say about Diablo. I watched half of it, but that was a few days ago. I'll watch it again. Just subscribe to CGR, he's so fucking good. I'm glad he's back. 100%. 100%. And I love the music, so. He needs to play Path of Exile.
Alright, I'm back with part 2 of the Diablo 4 review. That rhymes. And I decided to betray my loyalty to Zaxxon the Barbarian by creating a sorcerer.
That's a bad move. Well, maybe not anymore.
I wanted to try another character, and
sure.
You know, the sorcerer's a lot better. But that's not
really?
to say that barbarians don't have their usefulness. Conan is very entertaining.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Sorcerers roll business class, but you know, she can wipe out so many enemies all at once. It's just so much fun to play as the sorcerer who I named Lady J. If you don't get the reference, I'm sorry for your loss.
I do not get the reference. I play a shock sorcerer in season 1.
Diablo 4 season pass thing, and you need to create a new character for that. So I'm exploring Sanctuary again. And finding the campaign much easier as a sorcerer, but I have decided that the entire season campaign thing is just a glorified marketing tool to entice you to buy their battle pass or whatever. Which I guess gets you more armor and weapons and stuff or whatever. I don't know.
That's not true. And I know, like, he's not, like, super deep into Diablo, like, current game issues. There are some new elements in season 1. Most of it is just different ways of taking up more of your inventory space with Malignant Hearts, but I'll let it slide.
I don't feel like spending any more money on the game, but I am enjoying the game just the way it is, which is, I think, a statement for the modern age. I could use a couple additional levels for Herzog's Y on the Sega Genesis, which I purchased in 1989, but I don't need
I've never played that. Herzog?
Do need them. You know,
Herzog's Y?
Someone tell Technosoft to get on that and drop some DLC over the Sega channel.
I had the Sega channel.
So there's 5 character
played
classes
Echo
to
Jr.
choose from, and I got stuck halfway through the campaign with Barbarian, so I decided I had to like rework all of his skill points or whatever.
Really?
But in the meantime, I created the Sorcerer, and having some experience with the game just did a better job.
Sorcerer feels fun.
So that she can wipe out a lot
for
of enemies
most of the
all
time.
at once. And that's a very important feature in this game. It's actually really hard just as one person with a club smashing things. You need to have like an army of dead or fire hydras. You gotta be able to like drop drop meteors from
Don't
space.
use hydras.
Even if you're in a dungeon,
don't use hydras.
You can still drop meteors from space.
Or maybe, I don't know, maybe the patch fixed them.
The
I think they did, maybe.
Vortex Hurricane is tons of fun, and of course bouncing or chaining lightning bolts from one enemy to the other is very effective. You need a way to control the crowd in Diablo 4, or it just gets overwhelming if you're playing this game by yourself. If you're playing with a bunch of friends,
I actually
it makes a little bit more sense. And
don't
I haven't quite
play with
reached
friends.
the level 3 or 4
like at all.
world tiers yet, but eventually I'll get there. And I suspect that that's when you need some buddies playing Diablo 4 with you. You need someone to be able to, like, rain fire, freeze, or electrocute all of the enemies on screen, while your friend sits back and just, like, chews gum and throws rocks at them.
That's usually me. Anyone that I play with wants to show me how awesome they are, and they just run around and kill everything.
To the game's credit, the variety of ways in which you can allocate skill points or your magic, your attacks, that's basically what that means, the variety of ways that you can craft your character and the variety of characters does give Diablo 4 some nice replay value. I'm going to mess around
He's not
with
wrong.
Necromancer next, and I think I might actually try that thing where you create a character who can die in real life.
Hardcore character. I refuse to do that.
If they die, they die. They're dead.
I lag out too often.
If they die, someone that
I'd
you've
never do
met
it.
and never seen dies in real life.
Like ever.
I need time to prepare.
That's what she said, because it is literally
Path of Exile, though? Yeah, sure. I don't know, my voice cracked. Very weird.
I love the variety of screaming sound effects in Diablo 4.
Shit.
Wonder if the developers have, like, this folder filled with 100,000 different screaming effects that they all made themselves after coming home from the bar one night.
Ooh, I wonder if that's an
We're gonna
industry.
make the skeleton do that if they're electrocuted and standing on the swamp. Whoa! That's the sound effect if the skeleton.
See, watching people play it makes me want to play it, but like,
you gotta
I don't
from
know.
the skeleton's perspective, it's a very different experience if they're electrocuted
I don't know.
in lava versus some sort of frozen Arctic tundra or something. You know, what's their motivation for screaming? I'm standing in fire, but I'm already dead. However,
Right.
This heartless lady running around with a staff just shot me in the face with a laser beam.
I'm glad that he isn't like
rather than
deep into Mark isn't deep into all the bullshit with these games. So I like coming to him to get like just a regular kind of, what would be the word? Like an average gamer take on a game that isn't like terminally online like most of us are.
For one thing, my feet are on fire. Also, I'm dead. How did it come to this? I could go all day. Hey, let's create a new character.
Hell yeah. What's he gonna do?
All right, is everyone
Necro?
ready? We're gonna make a new friend. Here's your character classes, and I think
I like
we
my
need a
druid.
Necromancer. This guy's great. I love it. My parents don't understand me. I just want to sit in my dark room and listen to Marilyn Manson while watching cat TikToks.
Yeah.
I was going to go with MC Mundus, but I felt like that was too much of a CGR deep cut. Only 3 of you might get that. So I'm going to go with Dr. 8-Ball. Because of course I am. Dr. 8-Ball likes to hang out in graveyards.
Dr. 8-Ball. That's actually a pretty fucking dope name. I want to do a Necro Minion build. Those are always fun. I always love doing that shit.
So Necromancer is a lot of fun because you summon undead minions that do all of your dirty work for you.
Hell yeah.
So you can sit there and just work on your eyeliner while your army of skeletons kills all of your enemies. I'm digging the Necromancer.
They are pretty fucking great.
It's tricky though. I'm finding it a little more amusing than anything. I'm not amusing, but you are. Because the sorcerer can slaughter enemies by just nuking them from orbit, and while still looking good, the barbarian is just good at like smashing things repeatedly. Necromancer's a little tough, though, because you summon your minions using the enemy's rotting corpses, which is pretty cool.
But, like, you can do other shit, too, though.
You're trying to kill on screen, but you still got to make sure that your main character doesn't get surrounded, especially when playing hardcore mode.
Oh, yeah, yeah. If you die, you're dead.
Because if you noticed on that screen earlier, if he dies before level 10, nobody will ever remember him. Nobody will ever remember Dr. 8-Ball. And we can't let that happen.
I'll remember Dr. 8-Ball.
See, isn't this great? He's just sitting back there painting his nails black while the skeletons do all the work. But this brings up some big questions. For example, as I'm running through town doing the Teen Wolf dance, there's bound to be a tavern. If I enter the tavern with my 5 undead minions, is it like ladies drink free night but with skeletons? Like, I don't want to pay for their beers. They're dead. I feel like the bar should be paying for their beers, or else, you know,
they would. The liquid would go through them.
Out of your bubbling corpse.
Right? Like, I just rewatched Pirates of the Caribbean. That's what happened in there. It's like wasteful of rum. Don't do that.
Past level 10, so now when that horrible pit monster rips his head off, at least somebody out there will remember Dr. 8-Ball and all of the great things he's done.
It's so refreshing to hear a regular fucking review.
And slaughtering countless enemies on the field in Diablo 4. Anyway, I'm having a good time with the game. I'm still playing it and mess around with the different character classes.
Good for him. Good for him.
Which actually shouldn't be too hard now that the sorcerer's leveled up quite a bit. She just obliterates everything on screen. I find this is also one of these games that's good on the exercise bike for those of you who like to do 2 things at once, because you don't really have to pay attention to what you're doing. Except unless you're
we're not going to be doing that.
For the most part, you just run around and electrocute everything. And the campaign's all right. I find that the most exciting thing is actually exploring and slaughtering.
I'm lukewarm on the campaign.
4, so maybe there'll be more of this. Who knows?
I'm really fucking lukewarm on that.
Hardcore black T-shirt. Maybe Lady J will join a covert team of military operatives that specialize in fighting a terrorist organization named after a snake. Who knows what the future brings? But Diablo 4 is fun, and now you know. And knowing
is half the battle.
The other half...
There it is. I don't know what the other half is. I never made it that far.
The other half is laughing as your enemies explode and dissolve into a pile of muck in front of you.
That's fair. That sounds right. I'm gonna go with that. Yeah, I did not... I liked the setup for Diablo 4 with Lilith, but I still don't know, like, her allegiance, and then people came in and they were like, oh, not people, but, like, as you progress through the game, they're like, oh, is Lilith, like, trying to take over Sanctuary for herself? Is she gathering an army to take over Hell? Is she gathering an army so she can defend Sanctuary? Is she doing this? Is she doing that? Like, what's gonna happen? Is she gonna consume her father, which I won't get into, but... And then, like, you kill her at the end, and literally none of that shit is answered at all. Like, oh. Okay. Great. That's pretty much it. It got set up so well, and they put all these little, like, breadcrumbs and shit like that everywhere, but then it was just like, okay. You just kill her. I don't even know why you kill her. Because, well, she was going to absorb her daddy, so I guess that's why. But, like, we still don't know her intentions, or at least maybe they did, but I completely missed it. I don't know. It's a wasted opportunity, I think. In my view. Let's see. What else do we have? I have been wanting to watch what this WoW Classic Plus thing is from Asmongold.
Uh-oh.
If you went back many years, you would have been told that classic servers were never gonna happen. But people asked for them on forums, on social media, and even at BlizzCon for a very long time, and eventually...
We've watched this quite a bit, not this particular video, but I know what they're gonna show. I love it when I'm told what I want and don't want in a video game and in life just in general. I love it to be told what I enjoy and don't. It's great. Great feeling. Love it.
If you went back a bit last time, you never would have thought Blizzard would put time into creating seasonal servers for WoW Classic. And now not only have we had one seasonal server, but a second one is on the way. And if you went back a couple of months, no one believed that hardcore would go from a niche thing on Era Realms to something that Blizzard will look to make official by releasing their own realms.
I do think that Blizzard waited too long for the hardcore realms. I think
really? I didn't know that they were doing that.
Preferably 2 months ago, then yeah, for sure people would want to play them a little bit more. But like classic WoW, it has ups, it has downs. Yeah, I don't know if it's still got that same level of hype.
Instances of it'll never happen, happening. Yeah. Sometimes enough people wanting something.
I missed old school WoW.
Really happen.
Yep.
And it
actually, I missed old school EverQuest.
The topic of today's video, Classic Plus. Classic Plus has been an idea that's been talked about for as long as Blizzard has confirmed that Classic Realms will be existing.
What is Classic
Plus? Going down the line of expansions once again, Blizzard instead committing to finishing storylines that began in vanilla, adding new...
You know where they should have stopped? They should have stopped right here. Like, I think that they should have done BC and Wrath. Like, it was the right decision. But Vanilla WoW was the best. And I think BC and Wrath didn't even come close. Vanilla WoW was just like...
He's 100% right.
It was so good.
He is so right.
Adding new content in line with the spirit of the game and growing vanilla World of Warcraft into something relatable, but ultimately a little bit different too. So today I'm going to go into why Classic Plus is ultimately the true end game of Classic.
Classic Plus is like redeveloping WoW as it was and like going in a new direction. Is that what I'm hearing?
And it's something that should be seriously considered by Blizzard. I want to start off by saying that Classic WoW for an MMORPG is a very popular game. Little has changed development-wise.
Like, what the fuck is this? Look at how many people there are that are actually just playing classic World of Warcraft.
Well, it's fun.
And what Blizzard did well over a decade ago now is pulling in hundreds of thousands, maybe even at points millions of players. Now, we don't have exact player numbers on how many people are active in the game, but we do have some information on this matter. Activision Blizzard...
The thing about WoW, and really every MMO, like, around WoW and EverQuest, god damn it, EverQuest 2, they were doing their own shit and I actually loved it, but then they took the knee to WoW and changed their game up. It's probably the worst decision they ever did for EQ2.
Quarterly reports are published publicly, and one of the bits of information you can find there is the monthly amount of active users across the different development studios. Here's the most recent one for the quarter between April 1st ending June 30th. Across Blizzard, the most notable performers were Diablo, with Diablo 4 coming out in June.
Diablo. I don't like how he says that.
Increase of players because of this. They also mentioned that Dragonflight is outperforming more recent expansions for the same point in time.
I have no idea about Dragonflight.
Makes sense. I mean,
like at all.
I mean, who the fuck would be playing the game if it was Shadowlands? This was during Korthia. Korthia was like the worst patch Blizzard's ever made.
For Blizzard, it also says that an individual who accesses the same game on two platforms or devices in the relevant period would generally be counted as a single user, and in June they saw 26 million monthly active users. Let's say an estimate of 12 million of those were on Diablo as the bulk of players. 4 million on Overwatch, is that too few perhaps? I know the game's taken a hit since the PvE cancellation, but I reckon it's more popular than you'd expect.
Yeah, I bet there's a lot of people who play Overwatch.
Million perhaps on retail WoW. We know that it's exceeding previous...
I think there's probably like at least 300, 400 people on retail WoW.
expansions, it has frequent content releases, and a roadmap for the future too.
WoW is huge.
About 4 million users left between the remaining games. Day Classic, on average, had 1/3 of the players that retail does. We're still looking at about 2 million monthly active users. Again, this seems a little bit high, and it may peak at that amount with patch releases. Even if it was literally half of that and Classic saw 1 million monthly active users, that would work out to a bare minimum of just over 33,000 unique players every single day for 30 days in a row.
That's a lot.
So in reality, it's going to be a six-digit figure quite easily, I reckon. Let's bring up some other MMOs.
Well, I bet there's the number one MMO, Diablo 4. I think that obviously Classic WoW has a tremendous appeal that retail WoW can't capture.
Really?
And no other MMO can capture. Classic WoW is the only MMO, besides maybe RuneScape. I don't really know a lot about RuneScape, but it's one of the only MMOs, at least, that leveling truly matters. The whole world matters. Like, getting professions while leveling is still meaningful. Doing things before level 60 makes a difference. It was insane.
He must have never played EverQuest 1.
Insane. Like, I can't.
Because
think about how good
at that point, like when WoW first started coming out, like that was like shunned from EverQuest players for being too easy. It was way too easy. It was dumbed down. It was simplified. But which one do people remember? WoW, obviously. But EverQuest, I think I've never had as much fun in a game as I did when I was playing EverQuest, like the OG Kunark, and then Velius, and then Lucklin, then Plains of Power came out, and that was weird. And then everything else after that, I don't even remember. I know I stopped playing in Lost Dungeons of Nora.
Classic WoW was, like, I'll lay in bed, and I'll think about, like, how good Classic WoW was, and, like, how good Elden Ring was. And I'll just think about it. Like, how the fuck did this even happen?
It's not wrong.
Active development to see what kind of daily, non-unique player counts there are. New World just got a major update not long ago. Under 25,000 players.
I need to replay that. Get back into it.
The new update that New World had was a fucking a battle pass. Okay.
Oh really?
So it was not really a big update. The last time New World had an update was Brimstone Sands, and it was like maybe 8 months ago or something.
Huh.
Dark peaked over.
I haven't played in a few years though.
Average about 25,000 or so. Yeah. Black Desert Online daily average of about 25,000. This does have another launcher though, so this doesn't show the full.
I like the concept of BDO, and I wish that game would be bigger than it is, but I know it's incredibly difficult to do anything in the game because there's a lot to it. I hear it's like EVE Online in that respect, but damn, it's from what little I've played, it's so radically different from other MMOs like WoW, from your, what do they call them, theme park MMOs, I guess.
Full picture. There is a site that checks RuneScape's player count every 5 minutes, which is publicly displayed information on either game's homepages. At the far right of this graph, you can see the most recent player counts, with old school RuneScape being somewhere around 92,000 players as a monthly average, and RuneScape 3 around 25,000. We can look at Classic in a different way too, through Ironforge.pro. This counts the number of characters logged in raids or arenas.
There are 3 RuneScapes?
However, this will count alts
Really?
Separate characters. Even still, the most recent reset showed just under 430,000 characters. In fact, the 2 biggest classic realms, Gehennas in Europe and Benediction in North America, have more non-unique players raiding and PvPing alone than most other MMOs.
I did not know that.
Have total players.
Well, there's a lot of people that like Classic WoW. I mean, like, it's really not
fun.
a surprise.
It's a fun game.
Like, whenever Classic WoW came out, it was like a massive cultural movement. WoW, it's weird to explain it to somebody that wasn't around back then, but WoW was as popular or more popular than like Fortnite or Minecraft is now. Like, WoW had that cultural like relevance. It was so crazy.
WoW came out in 2004. That's when I graduated. So I remember when I got into college, like legit university, in 2006. because I went to a junior college beforehand. It was January 06. Like, WoW was everywhere. He's right. You can't really, like, explain it. It was, like, the game. Nothing else mattered except WoW to, like, everyone.
I'm getting at here is that classic World of Warcraft, in the grand scheme of things, is a very big MMO with a huge number of players daily. Many other MMOs will be celebrating record players with what Classic sees regularly. Clearly there is a demand for a slower paced, simpler, and straight up mechanically easier MMO.
People don't want to play really, really ball-bustingly hard games with other people that they can be punished for those other people's mistakes. It's just not a good way to retain a large audience. Like, yeah, maybe you can have some people like that, but it's just never going to hit that mainstream appeal.
Classic is currently meeting that demand, but as we progress on through expansions, things do start to noticeably change. Endgame content starts to seriously ramp up in difficulty. Class design begins to move away from the familiarity of vanilla, and
whenever I log in on WoW now, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, like, at all. I have no concept of, like, anything to do, and I have to go watch, like, an hour-and-a-half video to learn my rotations and shit. That's why I don't play anymore.
More systems
to be fair.
are added into the game. Wrath, even more so than Kata, feels like a turning point here. Ulduar was a difficult raid for Classic.
Ulduar was why we got Classic Hardcore.
Now, don't get me wrong, every raid ever will see a drop-off in players the longer it goes on, but have you seen the week-by-week drop in raiders during this phase of Wrath of the Lich King Classic on Ironforge.pro?
Well, the reason why it went down is because the raid's too hard. That's why. It's because people suck dick at the game and they can't play it. It's not like this is a secret. It happened in retail WoW whenever it came out back in 2009. People are garbage. Too many dad guilds died. Yeah,
he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
People are bad.
Oh, but see this and think harder raid does not necessarily equal better raid for the majority.
What is, like, WoW? Is it what I think it is? That hardcore, classic hardcore? Is it like if you die, you die? Is that what it is? I don't know. I have no fucking clue.
Of players, and trust me, Cataclysm is going to be more challenging than Wrath.
Cataclysm will be the reckoning. Cataclysm raids, I would say, were the first massive jump up in difficulty in WoW's history. Like, if you compare,
I never raided back. I never raided really any time.
Were back in like Cataclysm whenever it came out, it was fucking brutal. Like, the mechanics were actually hard, there were a lot of things happening, and it was all at the same time. I think Cataclysm raids being so hard is why a lot of people quit. Because I remember back in
I wouldn't know.
At the end of the expansion, everybody was running pug raids. And then as soon as Cataclysm came out, that entire pug raiding scene died. Because the game was too hard.
A long shot. Also, Classic Era getting more popular right now might just not be the biggest of coincidences. And it's not the hardcore scene that has grown on it either.
My only issue with WoW is the same issue I have with most everything. Even like EverQuest, I noticed it. And I was, what, 8th, 9th grade? Some shit like that. Whenever they released new stuff, the old stuff would be just a fucking wasteland. And that was like the fundamental problem, is that it didn't feel like alive. The world, I mean.
Just your regular vanilla WoW enjoyers are populating the Era realms once again, and Classic Era should continue to exist regardless of what happens, of course. But I can guarantee that nearly every single player there at the moment would at least try Classic Plus.
They would.
Classic is still, to this day, a very popular MMO. The player base is there for Classic Plus to happen, and I'm sure of it.
Hell yeah.
But what about Blizzard actually committing to it and making Classic Plus, though? That's where things tend to get a bit more complicated.
What?
This is where time, innovation, and ultimately, money come in. Back in the day, of course, games had far shorter development.
I feel like it's probably easier to develop Classic Plus than develop new Dragonflight content. Like, what the fuck do I know? But, like, it sure seems like it'd be easier to make something that looks like it's 15 years old.
Yeah.
cycles. It's amazing to see what studios could get done in a couple of years.
Yep.
EverQuest began development in 96 and released in 99. Vanilla itself took an estimated 4 to 5 years of development.
And that was a long time.
Rather famously,
That was
the
a hugely long time.
for Classic was designed in a few days as a proof of concept to work on a bigger raid than what Onyxia's Allure offered at the time. These days, it's not just re-releasing Classic though, it's rebuilding it to work with Blizzard's modern infrastructure. This has been something we've been made aware of at many different points throughout the game's history so far. This is why you've started to see modern features on the Classic client, such as the reconnect button if you DC
Just
or
wait till we get the store button on the Classic client. That's whenever we're really going to be back in 2004.
Sweet.
AFK for too long.
Damn, that takes me back.
The updated flight options menu. The Blizzard are probably working with a whole lot of random code and scripts and figuring out how to make them work again without totally breaking them when they turn them back on. Meaning for newer assets, encounters, and so on, it's still going to be a fair amount of work.
Looks so much fun. Looks like so much fun.
Down all the way to the end product. Also at Blizzard, I get the impression they move existing staff around to suit the needs of different teams, rather than hiring someone new to fill gaps.
Not for Overwatch, that's for goddamn sure.
Presented. It does make more sense after all from a financial and company point of view. I bet recently Diablo 4 has been a huge focus for Blizzard, and it seems they've really cleared space to put a lot of effort into that.
All of the effort went into Diablo 4, for sure.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Of course it did.
Dragonflight has been getting content at a pace we have not seen for many years in retail World of Warcraft. And Classic has had a smaller team so far, but there is plenty going on. Wrath of the Lich King is progressing, we've just had updates to Era, we have hardcore servers, and a new seasonal at some point. All this is good and everything, but outside of the main Classic game, of course talking about Wrath here, there has been so much time between releases. And during this downtime, the rate at which we're progressing through the current Classic...
So I've never played Classic WoW. It seems that they're like unlocking expansions, like... Do they have servers where they don't do that? You can like just play Classic WoW.
Expansion
I have no idea.
Any slower either. When Season of Mastery was announced as a yearly thing, I thought there would be 2, maybe 3 months of downtime between each season. Well, there's
no way they can do Season of Mastery. Like, nobody wants to level a character for 3 months only to have it for 9 more months.
Yep.
People like being able to have something and then hold on to it. I think that's the problem that Season of Mastery had.
Some fun stats for you.
A lot of people
came out over a year ago now.
A lot of people for WoW, if they're doing seasons like in Classic, they don't. At least if they're like me, they've probably never played a season in WoW, and they may not even know what the fuck it is. So, I mean, probably they do, but maybe not. I don't know. It's a weird thing for WoW.
On July 28th, 2022. In fact, Season of Mastery itself released 16th of November 2021 and closed February 14th, 2023. That's 456 days or just under 1 year and 3 months. The Burning Crusade Classic launched 1st June 2021 and Wrath Classic...
I haven't played. I played on Nostalrius. And then all that bullshit happened. I never played like traditional Classic WoW from Blizzard. I mean, whenever they rebooted it, I did play it like back in launch, but...
That play Classic want to have to re-level every 3 months? I don't really know if that's true, man. And I think also, like, you're definitely right that there's like an audience for that, but I don't think that they can really... Like, you can't really have a healthy community for that. Like, yeah, sure, there's going to be some people... But I think that's not really enough to like really justify development. You have to do something that's more long-term. And I think even so, like I think doing something that's more long-term would hit a much wider audience too.
So what do they even do with that? Like, because in Diablo, whenever you do level up your character in the season and stuff, you get it later, right? Like when the season goes away, you still keep your character. Do you not get to do that with how they're doing that here? Again, that's a question. I don't know.
on the 26th of September 2022. Between those dates is 483 days, or just under 1 year and 4 months. In total, the Burning Crusade Classic was out for just about 1 more month than Season of Mastery was, which is kind of crazy to think about. Which, of course, at this point in the video, we get onto something we were going to talk about eventually: the money. Blizzard won't do Classic Plus because it will cost them money. You've probably heard it, and there's definitely something in that statement, but I don't believe it's
not like they have a profit of what, like $800 million or something.
The cost of developing it that's the problem, so much as the opportunity cost of not developing something else. The Classic is really successful as an MMORPG, but not as successful across Blizzard's range of games. And I bet you are waiting for me to bring it up, but over at Jagex, allegedly RuneScape 3 generates higher overall revenue due to—
I didn't even know there was a RuneScape 3. I never really played 1 or 2, apparently. I thought the new one was 2, but they're calling it 3. I have no fucking idea.
To their microtransactions, despite old school RuneScape.
I'd never gotten to RuneScape. EverQuest guy.
That's one of the unfortunate things nowadays, is the microtransactions do make a lot of money, even if people don't like them.
World of Warcraft, I think retail
100%.
has more players for sure. And you know what else it also has more of? Microtransactions.
Yeah,
I would be very confident that it's going to be getting a lot more work put into it, because what Blizzard can earn back from it is going to be much higher than what they can.
I don't understand why they're so goddamn expensive. Especially coming from Overwatch, where a fucking legendary skin is $20. The fact that it's digital and can be recreated like instantly, copied, and given to other people. I know why it's $20, because they know people will pay $20. But if they set it for like $5, wouldn't they make so much more? I would imagine. But I don't know.
Classic.
Maybe not.
We did just have the WoW token put into Classic though. This will have added some extra value to this version of the game from a financial point of view. And if you take a look at the historic press,
I think that's one of the reasons why people like the like Classic WoW, is there's just none of that shit in there.
Yep.
It's just a game, and that's it.
Imagine that.
Of the Classic tokens so far, it's been consistently dropping in all regions. For me, this suggests there are more people paying for tokens and posting it on the auction house relative to those purchasing it with in-game gold. The token, however, is just for Wrath.
What is the token? Is it like an auto level up? Because if it is, fuck that. I can't tell you how many times in Final Fantasy XIV people buy that like level boost shit and have no clue how to use their character.
In vanilla,
awful.
There is no microtransactions,
fucking
no
terrible,
token, and only a subscription fee. And for games these days, that's, well, it's not really how it works anymore, is it? Is there another online subscription-based game that's this popular with no token? And
there would be. There would be if everybody back in 2012 would have quit the fucking game whenever I said that the store mounts were bullshit. We wouldn't have them. But nobody wanted to listen to me, and everybody called me a fucking idiot. And you know what?
I mean,
you get what you fucking deserve.
Oh, he's not wrong.
These days you've got to
he's not wrong
via several different sources, and that is problematic for vanilla. Vanilla is also far more economy driven than later versions of the game.
It should be
throughout the entire duration of the game, and the ability to trade it for real life money would very much harm the integrity of the game to an enormous degree, more so than it already.
That's like the #1 thing wrong with WoW and all these new games is you have party finders, you have like auction houses, you have all this shit, and all of that is convenient, but it cuts away from like the social aspect of like yelling shit in town, meeting somebody, organically becoming their friend, and now you have a new person to play with in the game. This is all just convenient, but it makes it so sterile. Like, why would you even do that? Hey, what's going on?
Does through people.
Where'd you come from?
That is. Vanilla almost feels as though it is unmonetized.
My chat isn't working on my stream.
So
I
don't know why.
Add in microtransactions to vanilla WoW, people are not going to be okay with it. I do really. I don't think that they should.
Oh,
be okay
people are
going to
be fucking shitty.
Like, just don't do it.
For new content to really have a chance
How am I doing? I'm still here.
Clearly be an
for better or worse.
demand for it to happen from the player base. And I think this is one of the big factors holding the potential of the game mode back. 100 people can say they hate microtransactions, but it takes one person to engage with it enough for it to be worth it.
True.
How is Classic Plus going to see dev time when currently it's
oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I was watching Asben and he made a really good point of why microtransactions are so fucking huge. He said, like, imagine it if somebody, like, $1 is a vote, right? So you have a whale that's gonna pay like $10,000, and you have somebody that doesn't buy microtransactions, or if they do, they pay very little, like $1, $2 here. You have to have like 10 fucking thousand people to match that one whale's money that he, you know, can fucking blow his load in and put all that money into the game. Of course they're going to be making shit like that. Why wouldn't they? Doesn't make any sense not to. And then people would be like, vote with your wallet. Yeah, I mean, kind of, I guess, but you're going to have a metric fuckload of people not buying shit to show the people, like, it's weird, right? Like, it's you have to not have a whale that's gonna pay $10, $20, $30, $50,000. You have to not have that, and then you also have to have people not willing to buy anything at all. There's no way. It's fucking dumb, but
capped at
here we are.
$15 a month per person, when Dragonflight or indeed other Blizzard games have a...
The reason why Blizzard should do it is because it attracts people to the other versions of the game. Like, I guarantee you that there are people that come back to play Classic WoW and then try out Dragonflight because they get tired of playing Classic
He's right.
WoW.
He's 100% right. Yep. that when he said it, yeah, he's right though. 100%.
Whole range of different ways for money to be spent on them. This is why if you really want to see it, it's worth asking loud and clear for Classic Plus. If enough people get behind it, I think it will give it the greatest chance of existing.
I am so, like, removed. I'm so removed from WoW. Like, they're talking about hardcore servers, and I think I know what that is, but I don't know. If you die, like, you lose your character, like in Diablo, I'm assuming. If I'm wrong, if anyone knows. But otherwise, like, Classic Plus, I don't really know what that is. I tried to look it up while they were talking, and it's like continuing the base game and adding new content to it, but not in the way that, like, they did with expansions. I don't know, it's weird, strange.
For many people it will not be, and between the choices,
okay.
It's not perfect for everyone.
I'll give it a listen here in a minute.
Kind of a no-brainer to me. Classic Plus would offer huge opportunities for the long term of this game. It would be
I haven't done anything
in a different
lately,
direction.
and I need to.
I don't think they should take the story in a different direction hardly at all. Like, just make a few more raids, do some more quests, do something like the AQ event again, add in maybe a couple of new zones. And then that's it, right? You don't need to reinvent everything.
He's right about that. It's weird, though. I don't know. I'm waiting for Ashes of Creation, but that's not going to come out for another, like, 47 years. So
an hour's worth of content just on the loose ends of vanilla or ideas that were scrapped, and they are both some of my most popular videos recently. As Classic naturally progresses into expansions with harder content, more
that's interesting, honestly. Yeah, most games are like that. I've been playing a lot of Palia. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's like they call it like a cozy sim MMO, like a multi MMO Stardew Valley or Rune Factory or Harvest Moon. And all of that is cosmetic, which I'm completely fine with. And I've been having a lot of fun with it. It just came in open beta, but I ran into an incredibly large glitch where, like, one of the first things you have to do is build your house, and it takes like 8 hours. There's not even pay for convenience like it would be a mobile game, because I heard a lot about that. They're like, why do I have to wait 8 hours? It's just like a mobile game. Not really. Everyone has to do that, and there's no way to bypass it, so it's not like a mobile game in that way. But anyway, point is, you get all the cosmetics and stuff. Like, that's how they make their money, and I'm totally okay with that as well. Overwatch, Overwatch, on the other hand, if Overwatch 1 hadn't have come out, I'd say Overwatch 2 was incredibly fair as well, but I'm spiteful for how they've been treating the Overwatch community. But removed from that, like, objectively, it's a very good free-to-play game, because only cosmetics are locked behind the battle pass. Kind of. They do lock the character behind the battle pass, but you can grind to get her, or you can just buy the battle pass and you automatically have her. That's a little bit iffy. A lot of people don't like that. I don't care. I mean, it's not that hard to get. But a pay-to-win type of game is I'm glad they're kind of going away. I've gotten real into Path of Exile lately because I played a lot of Diablo 4, and it's not great, and it pushed me to, like, actually put time into Path of Exile, which I did because I played it right when it came out, and I didn't like it because there wasn't gold. It was like, oh, trade this to this vendor, and he'll give you stuff back, like bartering, but it wasn't gold. So I kind of left it, and then, like I said, Diablo 4 came out, and I was like, fuck this, I'm gonna try Path of Exile. And now that I, like, pushed through that, I have a fucking blast with that game. There's no pay to win in that either. Hey, what's going on? Hey, you want to, you can try new heroes in Overwatch 2. The new heroes are unlocked in the practice range, I think. I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I haven't logged into Overwatch in a while because I'm spiteful. Well, in comp, they hold the heroes for 2 weeks. So, like, that's for everybody, and I have, like, issues with that anyway, but not because of that. It's like a complex thing with competitive, because you do have to grind to unlock the character. So the reason that they said that, like, they don't put characters in comp right when they come out is to give people, like, time to adjust with them. Like, that was their reasoning. But if you don't buy the battle pass and you grind to 45, you're not going to have as much playtime as a person that did, like, pay for the pass and instantly get the character unlocked. So even, like, holding it off for 2 weeks doesn't matter, because those free-to-play players, let's say it takes them 2 weeks to grind, and they just got the new character, and now it's in comp. So, like, you haven't gotten time to, like, get, you know, acquainted with the character, for lack of a better word. So that doesn't make sense that they would hold it back for 2 weeks. It just doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, what's up, man? I've been, like, on Twitter or Twitch every night, but tonight I was like, fuck it, I'll do YouTube. But yeah, you do have to unlock them, but to be fair, it's not that bad, and compared to something like League of Legends or Dota, which you can technically unlock those without paying anything, but it's a lot. I don't play shit that long to do that. Anyway.
Additional systems. Classic Plus would offer fresh experiences for people who do want these slower paced.
I do. Yeah, I've had no luck on Kick at all. I'll get to you, Alaska. I've been like simultaneously streaming, restreaming on YouTube and Twitch. But like I watch shit on Twitch that YouTube doesn't like, and I actually forgot that I was on YouTube and I watched something and they like gave me a strike, because in Twitch like nobody gives a fuck at all. Like at all, because I'm so small. And I think I watched, it was the Righteous Gemstones. There's a funny part that I wanted to show people, and YouTube like cut my shit down immediately and gave me a strike, and that's fine. Like I totally accept that strike, because that was me like blatantly going against YouTube. But I didn't realize it. I forgot that I was like broadcasting to both. But anyway, tonight is like just purely YouTube shit. YouTube stream. It's Evan Glare. It's all the same. Like, if you go on any website ever, I'm probably on there as Evan Glare. Anyway, we're nearly done with this.
Game. Classic's popularity proves that there is a niche in the MMO market for the type of game that it is.
It's not even a niche, man. There's a lot of mouth breathers. Like,
God.
Talk about a niche. Like, this is a
I think it's so fucking funny that everyone's like, oh, I want classic WoW back. It was so much harder. You had to be so hardcore to play that game. And I said this, I think, before anyone came in. I was like, as an EverQuest guy, like right when it launched, that EverQuest community saw what WoW was bringing to the table, and we were like, this is the most dumbed down fucking normie shit that anyone could possibly imagine. Because EverQuest, that shit was brutal. You die, you lose your corpse falls, and you had to do corpse runs, and if you didn't get your corpse back within a week, all your shit was gone. And it's really bad, like, if you die in a level or in a zone that's like 30-40 levels higher, because you're like trying to run to your friend and you die in there and there's like no fucking possible way you can get your corpse back, you might as well kiss your shit goodbye. Like, all the shit that you've had gone if you don't find somebody to help you. And then you had the /drag command, where if somebody did help you, they go to your corpse and then they would do like /drag, and they'd have to drag it back to like the beginning of the zone so you could loot it and get all your shit back. And WoW, and like whenever you died, you lost experience. You could de-level. WoW is like, okay, whenever you die, you just run back to your corpse. Like, what the fuck is this bullshit? WoW now is I haven't played WoW in the past like 2 or 3 expansions. I quit. Battle for Azeroth is what I played. I think they came out with Shadowlands, and now they're in Dragonflight or something. I don't know anything about any of those.
If this whole thing was just nostalgia, it would be long gone by now, but it is not.
It's a good game.
Servers, we got seasonal servers, we got hardcore servers. And one day I would very much like to see Classic Plus servers.
I would too.
I've never even heard about Classic Plus. That's like a completely new concept to me. I'm sure I've thought about it before, but to hear that other people have thought that as well, that's pretty interesting. There's just one second. Let's see what you got. Wait. Oh, it is playing. Okay. Let's see it.
I know you're nervous. you say that?
Okay, I have a comment already.
Do you see it right now here?
I want to wait till it's finished though. Sorry if I don't talk, I'm trying to like process it in my head. Take it all in. Okay. Sorry, I was focusing. Okay. The only technical thing, and the reason I bring it up is because last night on Twitch I had some people come by and I had the same issue with those people that I do with this, but it's like I need to know the intent, but the like the bass and your I don't want to say it's your percussion. I think it's just your bass here. Yeah. It's clipping. It's too loud. Now, that being said, did you mean it to be like that? Because last night, like I said, I had a few people in, and one of them wanted me to hear his rap song. And he was like, hey, I just started a couple months ago. Let me know how it is. I'm like, yeah, great. Absolutely. And he was like clearly new to the, like the, I guess like audio mixing and editing and shit like that. And I was like, yeah, it's great. It was more, I wouldn't call it rap. I'd call it R&B. I liked it though. Absolutely. But I was like, yeah, you're clipping, like whenever you talk, like it gets distorted. And it was like, oh yeah, I used it on, I did it on my phone, you know, it's probably like bad quality. And it's like, okay, that's fair, right? Like he knows that he did it on his phone, it's fine. And and you know, he'll go back and change it. It's what he said. He just wanted feedback, which is absolutely why I'm here. But another person came in similar to this, and shit, I forgot who it was. Anyway, they did that and it was similar, and I was like, well, you're clipping on the percussion and stuff like that. And some people mean to do that. And I asked him that as I'm asking you. It's like, did you mean to have a distorted bass? Which, if so, fair enough. Like, who am I to argue somebody's artistic vision? But otherwise, like, if you didn't, you should maybe clean that up, if possible. Like, I do it all the time. I have my microphone to my mouth like this, and I try not to do that anymore, because no matter what I do in like audition, I can't make it sound any better. Like, I can't get rid of that clipping. So it, you know, it kind of just is what it is. I hate that phrase. Anyway, that's why, like, I try and hold it back now, because the mic is fairly sensitive. But that would be my only, like, note, I guess, comment on it. It's been a while. Yeah. Would I like to play games tomorrow? Possibly. What are you playing? Sorry, I don't know if Alaska's still here. He may have dipped out or not. I'm not sure. My internet is actually finally not a piece of dog shit now. So that's good. Like finally, like right now I'm doing like 4 megs up when I was struggling to get like 1 meg up. So it's nice that I can actually stream again. But yeah, what have you been playing? Yeah, I'm holding off on Phasmo until October. I know that they just came out with like the biggest update ever. They added, well, they say they added like 40 plus items, but it's a bit misleading because it's like the items now have tiers, which is fine. Like it's cool, but I'm kind of holding that one back for, you know, spooky season. Overwatch would be fine. I haven't played Overwatch since May, because of their PvE shit that pissed me off. Like, it really, really fucking pissed me off. Not necessarily so much that they canceled PvE. It's that they knew that PvE was never going to happen in the way that they promised. They knew that shit before Overwatch 2 launched, and they said nothing to anyone because they knew it would fuck up their sales. And that is really goddamn scummy. To be fair, they knew about it. They shifted focus like a year before Overwatch 2 launched. And nobody heard a peep. Which I'm speculating is why Jeff Kaplan left. Like, I would bet like everything I had that's why. Because his vision wasn't like being, you know, it wasn't being fulfilled. Like, it... You what? Why is that doing that? You legit made... Hold on. This little heart thing is covering up your thing. Well, like, everyone was expecting to pay for PvE, but they were expecting to, like, actually pay for a full fucking game that was PvE. And again, for me, it's not really... I mean, it is. I'm not going to say it doesn't bother the fuck out of me. But it's not the fact that they canceled it or changed it. It's the deception of it. Like, I'm so fucking tired of that bullshit. And whenever they canceled it, everyone in the community was like, okay, well, fair enough, whatever. What the fuck have you been doing for 4 years? Or 5 years, or however long it was in development. Like, they cut support for Overwatch 1 to focus on that shit. What the fuck were they doing? Was it like a circle jerk or something? Shit. Fuck, that pisses me off. And then the thing that they just released, I guess, they still, like, took the level. I guess it's, what, Toronto, I think. And that's what people played, like, back at BlizzCon. And I watched people play it, and then I watched reviews about it, and the people that, like, got to play it at BlizzCon, they were like, yeah, this is literally copy and paste the exact same thing, except that we don't have talents, and we don't have, like, treasure and shit. So it's, in fact, less than what they played. I did, but yeah. It's, I don't know. And I still love Overwatch. It's one of my favorite games of all time. But I'm fucking pissed on how they're handling the game. I mean, that's just the long short of it. Right now, I am I have so many fucking games I'm rotating between. Right now I'm doing Palia, which is an open beta. I have a very, very large bug that they have here. Let's see, actually. It'll be fun. Yeah, well, that one mission, I mean, I don't know if you watch Overwatch YouTubers like Stylosa, there's a few other people that played that mission. It wasn't that they were using some scenes, it was fucking copy pasted and dropped into the game. Except, again, like I said, without talent trees, or I guess you like could go and open treasure chests and augment your character that way. Yeah, none of that's there. So fuck that. I guess. I don't know. I'm just fucking tired of it. But yeah, here. Look, open. I submitted this 8 fucking days ago and they haven't changed it. This game, I actually have had a bunch of fun with Palia, and I want to do a video. I may do that later on tonight or maybe tomorrow. I have a lot of fun with it, but that game should not be an open beta. I've played in a bunch of fucking open betas. This game should not be an open beta. If anything, it should still be probably an alpha. At the very least, maybe closed beta. But they're starting to add shit when they can't even fix the game that they have now. And I'm not talking like little quest stuff. My deal is one of the first things that you have to do, but I just okay, that's fine. Yeah. That's what another person said to me. I'm just saying that's what I took away from it. So I would figured like you would have had an intent with that, clearly, because you do quite often make music, so I just wanted to throw that out there. It's just weird to me that you and the other people, like, back to back to back, have had that effect, timbre, whatever you want to call it, of clipping. And again, if it's what you wanted, like, who the fuck am I to say, you know? But some people, like that other guy, that rapper guy, he just didn't know what to do, and that's completely fair too. But hold on, why is this doing this? Oh my god, look at this shit. Look down here where your chat is, there's a little like heart icon that's covering up like the last word. Does it sound like clipping from being too loud, or does it sound like this? Is there even a difference? Because I mean, that's how you get clipping, is to make it too loud. Which is fine, yeah. I mean, that's just is how you have clipping. I don't think those are like separate things. Unless like unless you're using a sampled bass that was already clipped, and then you're using that sample to make your bass line, then I guess at that point it wouldn't be, because it was too loud. But I mean, too loud in your song, because it would be too loud, because it's how you get clipping of a person that did sample it. I don't know, I'm running around in circles here. But yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it actually sounded like a club, like if I were playing Cyberpunk 2077, you go into, fuck, I forgot that club's name, but whatever. Like, whenever you go into a club, it's like incredibly loud. That's what it sounded like. So if you were going for that, then you achieved your goal. For sure. I can't, fuck, I can't remember what I did 5 minutes ago. So I'll listen to it again for sure. But anyway, Spartan, sorry. I've been, all that. I've been playing, like, online-wise, I've been playing, Diablo 4, kind of, but not really. Because I went to Path of Exile and actually gave that game a lot of attention that it should have gotten 10 years ago from me. And now I'm kind of hooked on Path of Exile over Diablo 4. Feedback. Oh my gosh. That's so frustrating that it's cutting off those words. Path of Exile, okay, yeah, yeah, I don't know, I got pissed off at Diablo 4 and went and tried that, and, like, I fell in love with it. I haven't done a, what are they called? League? Like, they call their shit, I think they call them leagues instead of seasons, but a new one just came out, and, I've been playing that, but, like, not a lot. Like, to be completely honest, I haven't been playing that just a whole bunch. I've been playing, like, a bunch of Rune Factory because Palia has that huge bug, and now I want to play a farming sim. So I've been playing Rune Factory 4. What else have I been doing? Like, offline games. I've been playing 30XX, Rogue Legacy, a fuckload of City Skylines, and prep for Skylines 2. Let me see. Oh, Baldur's Gate. That's like the big one now, right? Like, everyone playing Baldur's Gate. Which I got pissed off because I played a fuckload of it online last night on stream. And I wasn't aware that that game doesn't really do a bunch of quick saves. So I played for like an hour and a half and died, and I had to start all over. I lost everything. Not everything, but in that time that I played, I might as well have not played it last night. But yeah, that's pretty much I think that's pretty much my, like, rotation. I played a little bit of Nier earlier, but I would actually be down for some Overwatch, for sure. Because they had, like, I opened it, they added a bunch of shit. Like progression for each character, I think. Beyond that, though, like, I don't know. I've been out of the loop for Overwatch. Not that I want to, but I really hate being jerked around like that by a fucking game company. Blizzard, of all people. You remember when Blizzard... Oh, shit, you already posted it. Sorry. I'm completely in my own world, Velasca.
Darling, I love you and nothing will change it. What are you afraid of?
Can I bump this?
It makes me realize how desperately alone we are.
We explored the large world around us, and we found a million noisy, moving, colorful objects.
Maybe this will actually work now when I open the chat in a different window. that bass right there is also clipped, but it's definitely mixed better. There's another word that I can't think of. It's better mixed than the other one. Not to say that the other one wasn't bad, but like you can just look at the waveform here versus your other one when it's just consistently loud. See. Wait, stop that. Look, side by side. Here, over here, you can see that you have quite a bit of dynamic range there. Here, it's just fucking, like, fucking balls to the wall, like, this entire time. Which, again, if that's what you're going for, it's fine. You see what I'm saying whenever you compare the waveforms. Sure, yeah, exactly. If that's what you're going for, again, like, it's... who am I to say? I normally, hold on, I'll finish this and then I'll speak on it. What is that high-pitched percussion sound? Like, what is that instrument?
But don't kid yourself, son. This is gonna mean an awful lot of hard work. I hope you're up to it.
I'll take a chance.
Oh, fuck.
I ain't gonna die, am I?
I am interested to see what sways your mind so heavily.
That's good. I like that drop into it. It's good. I think the last one I heard you doing that I had a comment on was shit, what was that? The comment was something like you tried to do a drop, but it like immediately flowed into like the loud part. And I think I said something like put a little tiny like rest or pause in there to give it a little bit more impact. That's the last thing I remember listening to the stuff that you sent me. Oh, Spartans and competitive. Hold on. I forgot what that song was though. Oh, highly recommended. Highly fucking recommended. I'm about 2 years too late, but I came across, and I'm trying to like tell everyone. It's called All Tomorrows. And this channel, Beware the Q, he got permission to do an audiobook. He does a bunch of other shit too, but it's like speculative human evolution over the next billion years. I've been obsessed with that shit. Highly recommended. Highly recommended. Prosper, was that the name of the song? Anyway. What do I have? Oh, there's Soru. I hadn't seen him in like 500 years. Solo Mayhem. What VST are you using? Or is it just like a one that comes with Fruity Loops? Because that's it sounded like the trap, trap percussion. I don't listen to trap music very often, but it's like in every fucking trap song.
7, 8, 1, 1, 2.
It's that high, I guess it's like a hi-hat, like a muted hi-hat, high sim, whatever it is. Yeah. Where's his percussion?
So if you want to continue this series.
Yeah. Again, I don't listen to trap music that often, but I do know, like, it's that high, I guess it's a hi-hat, like a closed hi-hat that really drives the song. Whereas most songs are like bass drums that drive it. I don't know. I think it's interesting. I just haven't gotten into the genre really. What else did I have? I had a bunch of Karens that I wanted to watch. Some fucking crazy people. I want to go and watch that, but I ain't watching a 3-hour video tonight. Not gonna happen. Let's see. The moon. Okay. That is very loud.
Before you leave.
Can you look at me, please?
Where do you get your vocal lines from? Are they like from a movie, or is it from some sort of like website, like royalty-free vocal lines or something?
Look at me.
God. What the fuck? Hello? Now it's working. God damn it. My headphones went off. I had to get the thing to recharge them. And then I guess I unplugged my mic and then it fucked up on me. And I'm using a USB hub, but I think it's starting to go out. Anyway, what was I talking about? I don't remember what I said. Something about Saw. Oh yeah, I watched all the Saw movies. Never saw them all. Only saw the first one. Pretty good. I liked it. Anyway, it reminded me of, you know, horror movies or whatever. It's good, yeah. All right, what else do we have? I wanted to do that. That's speculative biology. That shit fascinates me. I didn't even know it was a thing. But that's a 3-hour video and I'm not doing that. Not tonight. What else do I have? Got the Halo Infinite. Video game Mandela Effects. I watched the new Overwatch cinematic last night on stream. It wasn't good. It was the first bad one I think that they've ever done. It's a shame. Here, let's watch this guy. This guy is pretty funny.
Boy, oh boy, do I have a treat for you guys today. So obviously I ordered a bunch more fireworks, this time from a company I've never ordered from in the past. And the name of the company...
I watched one of his other things. It was pretty fun to watch. I have a fireworks story where I held, because I was a fucking idiot. I still am. I would probably do it again. We broke open like a black cat and lit it. And if you do that, it like shoots fire out of it like a flamethrower, like a Mario 3 flamethrower. Yeah, well, it did that in my hand and like fucking torched my thumb. I don't recommend it. I don't recommend doing that.
company I purchased these from is called American Wholesale Fireworks, and believe me, I have seen all the comments and requests to order from this company in particular. And
let's get on with it.
Time for the finale of this video. So if you guys couldn't tell, I am extremely excited to set off all these fireworks for you guys. I think we're gonna have a lot of fun. This might be a longer video, so grab some popcorn, kick back and relax. We're gonna shoot them all off. And I think we're gonna go ahead and take a look at maybe some of the daytime fireworks, because if I point the camera out there, you can see the sun's going down. Before it goes down over the range, we want to see the daytime stuff. So take a look at this thing, guys. We're ready to shoot it off. Confetti cake, 30 shots win to fireworks, but just look at that angle. It's super crazy, and I hope it doesn't tip over. And remember, we've got 2 of these, so if it's really cool, we'll do the other one.
Yeah, let's see what he's got.
Whoa, look at those streamers.
Oh, that's actually pretty cool.
Okay, this is cool. This is a lot cooler than the first one I did.
I've never seen a firework like that.
Wow.
Like ever. Holy shit.
Well, now we know which way the wind is going.
That's really fucking cool. That is so cool.
So you could totally use these for like a celebration. Look at this. I'm going to go get underneath it. Oh my God, I'm not going to make it. Look at it. So
oh my God. Cleaning that up though.
Confetti cakes is look at the mess it makes.
Yeah.
So obviously I'm going to have to clean all this up. I don't want to leave it here because it might blow away in the wind and land in somebody's yard. So I'm going to clean this up. I don't think we're going to do the other one, but just take a look at this. It looks like a giant rainbow out here.
That's really cool though. I like that.
Just so you guys know, I wasn't lying when I said I was going to clean it up. We got all the confetti in the back and we're going to throw that away. I'm not a fan of littering and I don't think anybody else should either. We might as well light this lock-on cake right here. Now you can do these at nighttime, but you can also do them during the daylight. So let's go ahead and see what one of these looks like. Well, it's light outside, 150 shots. I'm really interested to see what those larger missiles in there do.
How goes it?
Way louder.
I hate those. Those are so fucking lame.
Holy crap.
It's like, okay. I remember...
Yeah, that's pretty much ear piercing.
I remember the very first time I ever got a bottle rocket. I was... Fuck, I don't know. I was very, very tiny. And I thought that those bottle rockets were the same kind of fireworks that they have at these, like, incredibly huge shows. You know, fireworks show. Man, the level of disappointment after I fired that bottle rocket, I don't think I've ever been more disappointed in anything in my life. Oh, God.
I gotta make sure my mic still works after that one. And I think the last item we're gonna do during the daylight is the Escort by Brothers Pyrotechnics. I cannot remember if it goes up in the air or not, but we're gonna find out. So guys, I'm just now realizing that I am an idiot because it's on wheels and we are at the gravel pit with nothing to light this on. So it's a good thing I got two of these because we're gonna do one out here. And then in a future video, I'm gonna do another one the right way.
What have you been up to?
So keep in mind, this thing would have moved forward, but I don't think it's going to on the gravel.
How disappointing. Fucking fail.
Yeah, right there it would have gone. See, and it should fly up in the air. I really wish it would. But look at this thing go.
Yeah, I was playing.
It's like that part melted
I've been
off.
playing guitar like all fucking
It's going
day.
again. Oh man, how cool
I'm
would that be if
envious.
it
Actually, I
just took
don't.
off like a drone? Look at that.
I don't get hungover anymore.
Let's go ahead and start with our fountain.
I get withdrawals.
Window fireworks.
So that's not fun.
I think it's dark enough now. You can see the moon over there. By the time
don't
these
get
smaller items
hangovers.
are done,
Actually, now I probably would because I'm
for the
not
500
going like
peaks.
super fucking ham on it, just by virtue of where I am right now, where I'm staying. Does it? Yeah. Yeah. It's always really bad, or it used to be whenever I got hangovers from all that, like, flavored stuff, like flavored vodka, flavored rum, whatever.
It's kind of a cool
I guess so,
fountain.
yeah.
I think that thing in the middle is still gonna spin.
Why not?
Though. That's the cool part. Oh, here we go. Oh my goodness.
This guy is pretty fun to watch.
Holy crap. Look at that thing go.
Don't get that close to it, you fucking idiot.
Okay, this one's getting a 10 out of 10.
That actually is pretty good. Dude, the YouTube compression does not like that. Yeah, it's getting so artifacted. Oh, it was also on 480p.
And moving on from the fountain, we have
Okay,
our
that actually
Meteor
might look a little
Madness
better.
Barrage Roman Candle. Wait till you see this thing. I did not know it was going to start as a fountain. That's kind of cool, though.
Good old guitar.
Oh, okay, so they aren't go-getters. I thought maybe they would be.
Those are okay. Those are fine, I guess. Why not? Those look like sparklers.
That wound up being pretty freaking cool. And now let's see our mini Noab This Is Wild One by Miracle Fireworks. 1-inch bore size.
Those are better. Those are better. How's your game coming along? Or your friend's game or whatever, the penguin game?
Alright, call me crazy, but I think it's dark enough to start enjoying our huge lineup of 500-gram cakes. So we're going to go ahead and start with the Pro Power Pack 1. This is a 3-1 in the package, so you get Noisy Boys, Second Amendment, and Gold Fingers.
Amendment.
Let's go ahead and start with Noisy Boys.
Oh, is it really?
Okay, it's got like rotating mines.
Sweet, that's badass.
To break.
I know Vampire Survivors just came out on Switch. Oh, have you tried the Torment, the Halls of Torment? I really like that one. Those are pretty good. That's like fireworks show fireworks.
I don't think I've ever seen that shot pattern. Usually they go mine to break. This is our second cake, and it just so happens to be called Second Amendment. I switched to wide angle.
Yeah, they still got a ways to go, but I really like what they've done with it. Yeah, I remember you telling me that. Apparently there's this one, like, VTuber one that's supposed to be really good.
Wow. Breaks are no joke. Now let's see Goldfingers. Ooh, look at that.
Yeah, that's classic fireworks show fireworks.
Stars.
What is it like? Is it like Might and Magic? I don't know if you ever played those. Shit, I need to play Might and Magic 10 again. I really like that. I re-downloaded it like 2 days ago.
Sweet. Well, I'll tell you what, this cake assortment here is no joke, super loud breaks, and now we're gonna start on our line, our huge line of 500 grams, starting with the boss.
I like those. Yeah, I thought my bottle rocket was gonna do that. Stupid. Okay, do you know what I'm talking about? You never played them. Yeah, let me fuck it, pull it up. I'll pull it up real quick because it is a very fun game. I hadn't played a Might and Magic game since like Mandate of Heaven back in the late 90s, I think. Like 98, maybe 99. And then they stopped because Heroes of Might and Magic kind of took off. And then they finally made a more recent one, Might and Magic 10, wherever the fuck it is. I don't know where I put it. Oh shit, that's loud. Just want background music while I find it. Yeah, they're fun. Everyone loves Heroes of Might and Magic 3. I do too. It's a fantastic fucking game. People don't give Heroes 5 enough credit, I don't think. Heroes 5 is a really fucking good game. Yeah. 6 was not great. 4 was okay. 5 was really good. I would say 5 is on par with Heroes 3, but I think Heroes 3 has just so much of a bigger reputation that it just eclipses 5, which is sad. And 7 is pretty good too. I heard there's a bunch of late game shit that's not great, but from what I've played, it's a pretty competent game. Where's my... whatever. Let me search. Why is that not popping up? Yeah, 7... I mean, 7's fine. But I personally really enjoy 5. What the fuck? I was just... there it is. I hate the fact that I have this on Steam, but it has to have the fucking Ubisoft launcher as well. Like, it launches from Steam, and then it launches from this bullshit Ubisoft Connect, and then I get to play the game. What the fuck? Like, the whole point of getting Steam was to not have 50 other fucking launchers, but here we are. That is very loud. Whatever. Here, let me go back. I just want to get in the game real quick.
What is the meaning of a dream? Only
nobody knows. Let's go. A new No Man's Sky expansion update thing is supposed to come out soon. I'm pretty excited for that. So anyway, yeah, this is the like the basic. Here, I'm just gonna get rid of all that. This is like the basic like formula. Is this kind of what you're talking about for that other game that you just mentioned? It's like on a grid thing down here. I think they did a really good job with it. From the little I've played of this game, I've had a lot of fun. But like so many other games, I just stopped playing it for whatever reason. Not because I'm not having fun or I don't like it. Yeah, it's really good. It's I'm surprised the game exists, to be completely honest. I don't know if the dungeons are randomized. I'm not quite sure about that. I would definitely like to go through legitimately and do a run of this, but I say that about everything. Baldur's Gate 3, which I do want to do. I don't think you were there last night. I played for like an hour and a half or 2 hours, and I didn't realize the game doesn't really auto-save all that often, so I fucking died and might as well not have played the game. Like, I'm gonna have to start all over. Well, start all over from, like, the camp. Not, like, all over. I kind of rage quitted on that. I was pretty pissed off. Yeah, no. I don't, what do they call them? What, save scumming? Like, I don't want to do that. But I think that's like people just literally saving every like 10 fucking seconds and then going back. Like, I don't want that to happen. Yeah. That was like last night. I could... Oh my god. They do some of the funniest fucking shit in that game. And it's exactly how I run D&D campaigns, which just makes it that much better. Like, you've played it, obviously. You've beaten it. You said... I got to the part where I don't know, maybe you can bypass it, but anyway, I got to a part where these goblins like attached a gnome to a windmill just for fucking shits and giggles, and then he's doing that, and I'm trying to look for the fucking lever to stop him because I'm sure he'll like give me something or join my party or whatever the fuck. But I hit the wrong one. And it was like, I didn't see the other one. It was like break and then release break. I was like, yeah, let's, because in my mind I'm thinking release break. Like, I'm going to release the break to stop the windmill. No, it just made it go incredibly much quicker, and it flung the gnome off, and you could see him and hear him yelling, and it was the funniest goddamn thing. Like, I was not expecting that. I had seen the squirrel thing before, and I actually have a complaint about that, because I did not want to kick the squirrel, but it would not let me kick it, because I failed on like a animal, whatever the fuck, the animal, I don't even know what the fucking skill is. Talking with animals or whatever. Anyway, the squirrel bites your foot, and then you like try and investigate and see what he's doing, but then like I failed on that, and he bit my foot again, and the only option it had me do was to kick the squirrel, and I really didn't want to do that, but there wasn't even like an option to leave or just to like ignore it, so I had to kick the squirrel. It's like, god damn it, my character's a druid, I wouldn't have done that, but whatever. That's my one complaint I've had about the game so far, and it's a fairly minor one. But other than that, well, and the autosave, like I really wish it would autosave like every like 5 minutes or something. That would be great. Which is what I thought it did, but turns out that's not the case. Yeah, well, I mean, if like a wolf is attacking me, fuck that, but yeah, pretty much. But anyway, this game is really fun. I just wanted to see if it was like what you're talking about. It's like first person. This isn't a dungeon, but you do go into dungeons. I think you have to like go down the well. There's like a quest to kill rats or something down there. Yeah. I did, however, get WASD. I got the WASD mod, so now I can control the character with WASD. Which is amazing. And I'm glad I got the mod to work. The only thing I don't like about it is that the camera doesn't follow you like it does whenever you're playing with the controller. The thing is, I've tried playing with the controller, and I like the controller better because it does operate like a third-person game, not like a top-down view like most CRPGs. But like the camera follows you with the controller. It doesn't do it with that mod that I got. So that's kind of not fun. Yeah. Get the fuck away from me. Oh, fuck. But yeah. This game is really fun. But then, what else have I been playing? I've been playing Rune Factory 4 offline, and I was thinking about playing 5 on stream at some point. I played a little bit of it. People say it's not as good as 4, but I don't know. I've had a decent time with it. And Rogue Legacy, ooh, I could play that like right now. And I got a Metroidvania called Astalon, Tears of the Earth. I don't know. I like my Metroid type games. Oh, fuck. Is there... What's the next big game? I think it's Starfield? I did too. I played the fuck out of the original Rogue Legacy. And I knew this one came out a while ago. It just slipped my mind. Hold on. I could have sworn I just heard a doorbell. Oh yeah, Sea of Stars. Fuck yeah, I'm gonna go hard on that. Blasphemous. I haven't played the first one. I've heard really good things about it. I just haven't played it. Shit, I could boot up some Rogue Legacy. Fuck it. I'll check it out. It's not like I'm, you know, playing 500 other games. I definitely have, like, gaming ADD. I hop back and forth so much. Oh, fuck. Let's see. Will this even work? I don't even know if this is gonna work. That's good. That's always the best kind of games. Oh, this does work. Okay, fuck yeah. Let's put on... Fuck it. I'll bump that up. I don't even really remember Rogue Legacy 1. I remember having a ton of fun with it, and I put a bunch of hours in it. But I don't remember, like, I can't remember how to compare what that game had and what this game has. Oh, City Skylines is coming out too, right? October. You ever played Loop Hero? That game is very fun as well. I've played a fair bit of it. Not like all of it, but I really liked what I played, for sure. What released 10 years ago? This game? Or another game? Yeah, the aesthetics on Loop Hero. It's amazing. Oh, Legacy 1 did. Okay. I remember having a blast with it, for sure. Unlocks Barbarians. I don't know if this aspect was in there, but I like it. You, like, build your castle up and unlock people, unlock classes and stuff. Like, I vaguely remember something like this in 1. You ever played Dead Cells? The game is fucking difficult. I like it, but it is a very unforgiving game. Like Salt and Sanctuary. We have this, like, Shovel Knight mechanic, which is interesting. Yeah. Have you ever played Salt and Sanctuary, though, as well? I mean, in addition to whatever. I haven't gotten past the first boss on that game. It is far too difficult for me. It is a very difficult game. I would go so far as to say it is the most Like, it's the most Dark Souls type of game that a 2D platformer can be, or a 2D game like that can be. It is very difficult. Or I'm just, like, really bad at it, which is probably the case, to be fair. But Sea of Stars, that one's... I'm gonna be fucking going no life on that one. If it's anything even remotely as good as The Messenger, which I'm sure it will be. I tried learning the route for the speed run on The Messenger. I didn't stick with it. It seems to be a pretty consistent theme of me. But holy shit, The Messenger was so good. I think for this October, I'm gonna go really hard on Castlevania games. Like, that's all October is gonna be. Like, watching analog horror shit on YouTube and doing Castlevania shit. When does Sea of Stars come out? Like the end of the month, I guess. Okay. I really wish they would announce Metroid Prime 4. Anything. The fucking Hollow Knight game too. What is it called? Silk Song? I've been waiting for that game for like 500 years, and I've heard nothing about it. I don't even know if it's like still in development or what. It's been so long. God damn it. This feels a little bit more like Castlevania-y, if that's a word, than the first one. At least from what I remember. God damn it. Yep, I'm dead. Oh, I can't bounce off of that. Fantastic. The fuck? Cool. So much for that. Oh, God. Barbarian, that's what I just unlocked, I think. Oh, they have super IBS, irritable bowel syndrome. Should be fun. Why is my chat not working? Weird. What would the training dummy give me? Why does that matter? Betty Quinn loves everything about combat except causing pain. She became a living training dummy and now teaches everyone how to fight all day long. Okay. what does that mean? I'm so confused. Offshore bank account unlocks the living safe. Before being transmogrified, the living safe hid money from the rich to keep for the rich to keep from the poor. Now he's on your side. He doesn't seem so bad. Cool, I guess. Fuck, I shouldn't have done that. Ooh. I don't know if that's because we unlocked the training dummy or it's just a barbarian thing. Hello. That shit gets on my nerves so much. The stutter typing. I get irrationally angry about that. I don't know why. It's fucking dumb. The stutter. If you make a rainbow arc over enemies while spinning, you'll hit them a gajillion times. That is incredibly specific. Dash and then... Wait, what the fuck are they telling me to do? Is it... I think I might have just fucked that up. Okay. Oh yeah, I highly, and I keep posting about it, but I highly recommend listening to that All Tomorrows. That shit, I can't believe I haven't known about that. I am obsessed with that shit right now. So anyone that sees this, probably nobody, read that. It's so fucking good. Or listen to the audiobook. It's on YouTube for free. And it's not even like that long. Like the audiobook's like 2 hours. Ooh, I actually very much like that spin attack. You know, whenever I don't die. God damn. What the fuck is that problem? Holy shit. It nearly killed me. Damn it. I have 1 HP left. That's always fun. I'm very confused. Did I not go? Oh, I didn't go here yet. Okay. The black roots, they're everywhere now. The guards continuously cut them down. Golden doors, estuaries. J? Wait, what? Did that say Jay-Z? There it is. What do we have? There are Tommy, Triss. I could probably put a ton of time into this. One of those like one more run type of games. One more turn, one more run, whatever. Ooh, how do I buy that? Oh, I can't. Fantastic. All right. I'd like to play more of Crypt of the Necrodancer. That game is really fun. The game has more, like, it's more fun than it has any right to be. But I am okay with that. I also haven't checked out Dwarf Fortress in a while. It's been a hot minute since they came out with it on Steam. The fuck? Why is that not? Huh. Maybe I have to like be a mage, shoot a fireball at it. Yeah. Wait, which game? Oh my god. The short-term memory of a fucking goldfish, I swear. I'm just like saying words to not have dead air. It's a storm. Oh, fuck. Oh, okay. I was not expecting any of that. Holy shit. Okay. Yeah, oh, his name is McRib? Fuck, dude. I want a McRib so bad. I am one of those people. I don't know if y'all have McRibs over there where you're at. I will fucking make it rain for McRibs. I am one of those people. Well, that lasted a total of like 5 seconds. You don't have McRib. I think I like the Valkyrie. Damn, I'm hungry. I don't know if I ate anything today. Probably not a good sign. What's that guy? What is he doing for me? Oh. I never have any money when I come here. after this run, I will probably log and get something to eat and then come back on Twitch. I'm thinking and do some Path of Exile. But definitely need to check out the new League or whatever it's called. Season, whatever. Shit. I am not. Oh my god, I am so bad. And they don't give you like any life at all. God damn. What is that? I don't know what this is. Yep. Wait, if you block the last second, you get a perfect block to reduce. Oh, I did not know that. Good to know. Wish it would have told me that a little bit earlier. Yeah, I'm gonna go get something to eat, and I'll be back probably within the hour, maybe, to do some Twitch. So, it's been fun. But, yeah, I'll be back in a little while. Take it easy.